Hello everyone and welcome back to RGA Minecraft. This is RGA Nick here, and I've got a quick tutorial on how to build a quarry. Not so much actually building a quarry, but how to use them. So I'm going to assume that you already know how to make some of this stuff for it. This is the easiest way I've found to power them. This is a single player server I just created, so pretty much a lot of this stuff I just took out of the survival, or not survival, the creative inventory. But it gives you some of the basics so you can at least understand how to get some of this stuff put together. So to start off with, if you take out your quarry and you find a good place to put it down, for example, I'm in the middle of this swamp area, so I figured this would be a good place to put a quarry. Could probably find some good stuff in here. So I'm just going to put it down here. And you'll notice that when I put it down, there's this yellow caution tape area that shows up. Now what that area is the actual area that the quarry is going to mine if you were to power it right now. But for me, that looks a little small. I like to make the quarries pretty big so that they have a bigger chance of actually finding something useful, such as diamonds. So what I'm going to do is use landmarks. And basically what they are is you take a redstone torch and you put a piece of lapis above it, and then it turns into these little blue torches that you use to make the quarry however big you want to make it, I guess. It does have a size limit, which we can try to see if we reach it. I want to say it's something like 64 blocks, but we can find out. Basically what you do is you put one on the ground and you pull out your quarry and you look at it, and you can see there's a little black box around the landmark. If you right click on it, you'll notice how the quarry made a little movement there, hit it with the quarry. It's now locked into place. So what we have to do is either stay in the same row and run sideways from it, or we stay in the same row and run forward from it. So what we'll do is we'll run this way, and I believe it was this row here. You have to make sure it stays in the same row or else it won't line up. So, alright, looks like here. So basically what we have to do is just keep going this way, and we'll just say let's put it here. Now the next thing that you do is you pull out your quarry again, look at the new torch that you just placed down, and you right click on it. If they connect with the red beam, then that's good because that means they're connected. And it means you can start going the other direction. So now we can't continue to go on any further, so we're just going to go on a little run sideways from this one, and that's going to set the width of our quarry. So I'm just going to make sure we stay in that same row. Alright, now once we've put it down about where we want it, you right click on it again, and if everything's lined up, you should notice that now there's a complete red box around the area, which is good. That means your quarry completed its path. You really only need 3 torches for this part. If we go over to the other corner, you'll notice that the 2 red beams have connected, but it looks like it's probably going to be underground, so we don't even need to go check that out. And the next thing that you do is, once you've got the complete box, you come back to your first landmark, and you place your quarry on the corner of it. Now it can be any corner you want. I could go down there and put it down at that corner, but wherever you put the quarry is where it's going to have to stay. So once we place this down here, you'll notice that the torches pop up, and now we have this huge yellow box around it. Now you'll notice it's not really doing anything, and that is because quarries need power. There's a few ways you can power a quarry. The easiest way is probably with this Stirling engine. If you place it down, it's basically a coal engine. So you can take coal and throw it directly into the engine, and I'm actually going to throw some coal coke in here. And what it's going to do is, once we get a switch, which I forgot to give myself switches, so let's go grab some wood real quick, and we'll make a couple. That should be enough. So we're going to come back up here and make some switches. Oops. It made one, but not the rest. Let's try this again. Okay. So now we have our switches, and if we throw it down here and turn this on, the Stirling engine will start gaining power, and you'll notice now that floating in the air over here is this little yellow thing. Now what that's doing is it's going around and it's going to clear out everything within that yellow frame. Before the quarry will actually start mining anything, it's going to go and destroy everything that's in its path. And as it's destroying stuff, you'll start to see an orange frame being built all along this yellow tape here. So you can see up there, it's already cut through a piece there, and it's basically going to start at the top and work its way down. So it's going a little bit slow right now. You can kind of watch it doing its thing, but if we want to speed it up, we can go with the next engine up, which is a little bit more powerful, and this is the electrical engine. So, electrical engine doesn't need coal or anything like that to run, but it does need electricity. So if we just put it on right now as a little switch, it's not going to do anything. So what we can do to get the electrical engine working is build a couple solar panels. Now what I like to do is build a few solar panels and then put a couple battery boxes, or the bat box, in line with the cord, so that during the day, as long as you have enough solar panels, it will charge up the battery boxes, and then at night it can run for a little bit. And if that little dot's not on the bottom to connect it to the line, you just have to grab a wrench, go below it, turn it, and now that's in line. So I'm going to start off right now with the basic solar panels. These are the easiest to make. How it works is there's solar panels, low voltage panels, medium voltage panels, and high voltage panels. It takes 8 solar panels to make 1 low voltage, and it takes 8 low voltage to make a medium, and it takes 8 medium to make a high. So you can imagine how many resources you're going to have to mine to get that set up properly. But for now, since I'm in creative, or I was in creative when I grabbed them, I'm just going to grab a couple up there. So, did I leave anything to cobble up with? Of course not. Let's just grab some dirt so I can build a little pillar. Alright, so all I'm going to do is come up here, and I'm just going to put down 3 solar panels. Now these are the basic ones. They'll give off the least amount of power, but it's enough power so that if we right-click on our bat box, you'll notice that it's draining out pretty much as fast as it's coming in. Now 3 is not enough to run a single electric engine at full speed. I believe you need 7 of them to do that, so at least that's what I've had in my servers. So let's try adding a few more to here. Let's add 3 more here. So that's 6. Let's check out what 6 does. And you can see it's still draining it faster than I can put it in. So let's go ahead and let's just build. Let's just put a couple more up here. Whoops. Alright, so that's the 7th. So now if we right click on the bat box, we'll notice that it's charging. So basically to power one engine fully, you need 7 individual solar panels. Now let's say we wanted to make it go faster, or let's say we wanted to power, let's go with 3 engines. So that would take 21 solar panels. Which, that would be a huge collection up here. So, one thing you'll never want to do on a multiplayer, single-player server is do what I'm doing here. You'll notice that instead of getting solar panels back, I am now getting generators. Because if you don't use a wrench... actually, if you use a wrench, you have a small chance of them turning back into generators. So you can see that one turned into a solar panel, so did that one. But that one there broke into another generator. There is an electric wrench that has lossless mode that takes a lot of power, but it will not break any of the solar panels. So, now that we've taken those off, let's go ahead and put a couple low voltage up here. So if we would have needed 21 regulars, then we should be able to get away with 3 low voltage, because each low voltage counts as 8, so we should have way more than enough to power these. So we'll put a couple more switches here, and turn those 3 on as well. And if we right click on our bat box, you'll notice that the power is still going up. If you ever want to give your bat boxes a nice boost, you can take a stack of redstone and just shift click it, and it'll go right in there, and it'll basically charge it all the way up if you have a full stack. So, as you can see, we've got 3 engines powered. This one's still chugging away over here. I like to use coal coke because if you make a coke furnace and melt the coal down into the coal coke, it's an equal amount. So if you put a stack of 64 coal into it, you'll get 64 coal coke out. And I believe coal coke burns for 4 times the amount of time that coal does. But now that we've got those engines, you can see that this little laser here is just going absolutely crazy trying to finish clearing out this area for us. You can see it floating around, that little beam's going crazy. And it looks like it's almost done. So another couple of seconds here, and we'll start to see the frame getting built around here. And obviously the more engines that you have powering your quarry, the faster it's going to go. So I'm just going to set a few more up over here. Oops, not right click on it. I'll put one more here. And let's just go ahead and turn all these on. So now we've got 8 engines trying to run off 3 low voltage panels, which you can see is pretty rapidly draining our battery here. So what we can do, just go back up top, and we will throw just a few more low voltage panels up here. I believe that should be more than enough. Yep, so now it's gone back up. And I haven't tested this yet, so this will be a fun test, but someone told me that you can take an MFSU and power your quarries from it. So, this is either going to blow everything up, or this should work pretty good. So, let's find out. I believe you should go here. And then we'll turn it sideways. Ah, that's right. So the copper cable cannot take the high voltage like that, which is why I have this glass fiber cable here. And I will be able to use this to power everything. So I'll just run this over here. And as soon as I hook this up to here, it should blow that up as well, which it did. So copper cable, bad idea for using an MFSU. Now, one of the cool things about this is this holds a ton of EU. So you could hook a ton of solar panels up to the top of this and get this thing charging so that it can charge all the way up during the day, and then come nighttime it'll run all night long. So you can see that the gold or the copper frame's completely built, and it is starting to mine. And you can see the quarry is just going crazy right now. I've got stuff popping out everywhere. just for fun, let's go up here and let's put a few high voltage arrays up here just to see what we can do. We'll just put one up right now. So we should go back down here. And it looks like this thing's struggling to keep power. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, it's struggling to keep power. So let's throw a few more solar panels up here. Actually, I'm just going to break all these. I'm going to put all of the high power ones up here. So let's do that. High voltage solar arrays. This should be fun. Ooh, dang. Which I guess the game's telling me with high voltage solar arrays you need the cable up here too, so it's becoming a mess down there. Get up there. Alright. Get one. I believe there's also high voltage cable that can be used if you don't want to waste the diamonds to get this kind of cable. But since this is creative, I'm just going to use it. Oops. Wow, I can't jump over those. There. And now this should be way more than enough. So let's go in here. And oh yeah, look at that baby fill up. I think it could probably run for a week real time without any panels once it's fully charged. Alright, let's clean up the mess our quarry's making over here. So much dirt. Alright, so the last thing I'm going to show you guys how to do is what you can do to stop this thing from making a mess. So I'm going to put myself back in creative mode, and I'm going to find a couple chests. I'm just going to grab the diamond chests, and I'm going to look up pipe. So we'll just grab some cobblestone transport pipe. It's the easiest one to make. And what you can do is if you attach a pipe to the top of your quarry, oops, don't want it there. You'll notice that now the quarry is spitting all the blocks out into this pipe. So rather than shooting them all around the area like it was doing, you can build a whole piping system, and then you can just have that feed into a bank of chests. So let's put the chests here, and now everything that comes out of the quarry will get evenly distributed between these chests. Pretty simple. Like I said, it would be rare to see someone with this many high voltage panels and this kind of a setup on a normal server, but it's possible. And I don't think this one here is getting power, but let's see if we can fix that. This front one here. Oops, no. Oh well, we don't need the Stirling engine anyways. But we do need that pipe. Alright, so put those back down, turn these back on, and now that should be getting power as well. So now, even though these have a ton of power, they won't explode just because of how they work. But we can see our quarry's going pretty fast. So let's ramp it up a little bit. Let's see how many of these we can get in a row. I believe someone told me you can have 8 in a row in a chain. So let's just hook some more up and see what happens. That's probably way too many. Now I like these engines because they are a lot safer than the combustion engines that I used to use. I lost so many quarries because I wasn't paying attention, like the water would stop or something weird would happen where they would just pop on their own. So this is absolute overkill, but pretty sure the quarry's reached its max speed. If you look at the solid stream of dirt just coming out of this thing, it's pretty impressive. Now this is a rather large quarry. As you can see, it's going to take a long time for it to get all the way down to a useful level. So I think what I might do is, let's see if we can, oops, just broke my quarry. Let's put a new, oh no. Let's put a new quarry down, and let's just see. So it's going to pop my solar arrays, but oh well, I can always make more. Although I can't. That was a bad idea. Looks like we need to build another solar array. Actually, I should just be able to put these right on top of this, can't I? That works. Oops. Why won't you let me put that there? Maybe it was too close to it. Alright, well this should be enough solar arrays. Let's put one last one there. And now this thing should start flying. This thing will be down to diamond level in no time. And that's how you build a quarry. As you can see, now that the other one, we broke the other quarry, this whole frame's falling apart. Which is good, because then it'll deteriorate. I know in Tekkit they used to stick around forever, so when we moved quarries, the little frames would stay there. But looks like in Feed the Beast, they fixed that. Well, thanks for watching, everyone, and let me know if there's any more tutorials that you'd like to see, and if there's any cool things you want me to build. See you next time. See you next time.